Ah, look at this. It is gorgeous. It's a technical marvel. You can see the individual threads on the suit. You can see the existential dread in the pigeon's eyes as you swing past it at 80 miles an hour. It is, by all accounts, the perfect Spider-Man experience. But I don't want perfect. I want soul. I want jagged polygons that look like they could cut glass. I want to draw a distance that rivals a severe cataracts patient in a London smog storm. Today, we're talking about Neversoft's Spider-Man from the year 2000, a game that proved that you don't need 4K resolution to capture the essence of a character. You just need Stan Lee narrating like he's shouting from a toll booth and a complete disregard for physics. Okay, full disclosure. I was late to the party on this one. I didn't play Spider-Man 2000 in the year 2000. I was too busy probably playing SmackDown 2 and trying to figure out why my pants got shorter every time Trish Stratus appeared on my TV screen.
I don't even know if that's PG!
My journey with this game started in 2002. The first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie had just come out and I was unbelievably hyped. I needed to feel like Spider-Man. So I did what any kid with no money would do. Begged my mom to buy the new game for me. Now, when she finally caved and bought it, my local GameStop, which was called EB Games or Electronic Boutique at the time, only had the PC version for sale, as all the console versions were sold out. But hey, that's no problem, right? We have a PC at home, and on top of that, it's actually cheaper than the PS2 version. So it's a win-win, right? Right? Nope. Mistake numero uno. Trying to run a game that isn't solitaire on a family PC in 2002 was like trying to perform open heart surgery with a rusty spoon. The movie game would not install, and even if it did, it would have been an unplayable mess of Willem Dafoe looking like a melted candle. Feeling defeated, I went back to EB Games, told them of the situation, and the guy behind the counter was nice enough to give my mom a full refund. And just as we were about to leave the store, there it was, in the bargain bin, sitting next to a copy of Bugsby 3D that no one dared to touch. Neversoft's Spider-Man. So we bought that game, popped it in, and honestly, it was an awakening. It wasn't the movie game I was hoping to play, it was something way better. It was the Saturday morning cartoon brought to a glorious, blocky life.
I'm the hero, remember?
Now let's address the elephant in the room, or the lack of elephant in the room, because you wouldn't be able to see it past the 30-foot mark. The draw distance in this game is legendary for its non-existence.
And if you look, come to think of it, well, I gotta look at this myself. Wow. What a view.
Neversoft, fresh off making Tony Hawk Pro Skater, took the reins here. They used the same engine, and apparently that engine really didn't like rendering buildings, which is why it looks like Spidey swung into Silent Hill instead of Manhattan. They covered up technical limitations by saying the city was blanketed in a mysterious, venomous fog put there by the villains, and you know what? It worked. It gave the whole game this claustrophobic, oppressive vibe that fit perfectly with the slightly darker tone of 90s Spider-Man animated series. You weren't really soaring above a bustling metropolis, you were crawling through a crime-infested soup. It felt a little dangerous. And as for the gameplay itself, it was kinda like Tony Hawk replacing his skateboard with web shooters. It was fast, arcadey, and completely unconcerned with realism. You could zip or crawl up the walls, kick thugs off of skyscrapers, or jump on top of their head and punch them over and over again. Because, hey, why not? It's stupid fun.
Whoa, police choppers.
But the real magic trick isn't the fog. It's how Neversoft managed to cram an entire decade of comic book continuity into a single PS1 disc. Most modern superhero games today are obsessed with being grounded or telling a focused narrative. Insomniac's first game took 20 hours just to introduce us to the Sinister Six. Neversoft's Spider-Man says, "Hold my web cartridges," and introduces us to the Sinister Six in, like, an hour. You got Scorpion, you got Rhino, Venom, Mysterio, Doc Ock, Carnage. The plot is glorious comic book nonsense.
Time's up. No, Gargan! No!
It starts with a fake Spider-Man stealing technology, which leads to a symbiotic invasion, which leads to an underwater base, which leads to, and I'm not making this up, Dr. Octopus teaming up with Carnage to become Monster Ock. This chase sequence alone still gives me anxiety. It's pure adrenaline. The story doesn't stop to breathe. It throws Daredevil at you for a cameo, the Human Torch shows up just to say hi, the Punisher is there because, hey, why not? It's the year 2000 and we don't have to worry about copyright and who owns which character rights. There's no Disney or Sony to say no. It feels like a kid emptying out their entire toy box on the floor and just smashing action figures together. And that's exactly what a superhero video game is supposed to feel like.
Hey, will you guys keep it down?
Hey, loosen up, kids! I'm on fire!
None of this absolute lunacy would work without the tone being anchored by the audio department. First off, you boot up the game, and who greets you? Stan the Man Lee himself narrating the tutorial and intro like an excited grandfather explaining how a microwave works.
Welcome, true believers and newcomers alike. Spider-Man co-creator Stan Lee here. Once again, we find our hero Peter Parker, better known around the world as the amazing Spider-Man, in a heap of trouble. But this is just the beginning, Spidey fans. So get ready for a true superhero action thriller, packed to the brim with thrills and chills, twists and turns, more supervillains than you can shake a web at, and of course, non-stop web-slinging, wall-crawling action.
His enthusiasm is infectious. He sells the campiness. He makes you believe that this Polygon soup is actually New York City. And then there's the cast. For a certain generation, Rino Romano is Spider-Man. He voiced him in the Spider-Man Unlimited cartoon and brought that same energy here. He nailed the duality. He's stressed out, he's whining about his personal life, but the second the mask is on, the quips are non-stop.
Hey, you gonna pay for that tower? Uh-oh, spider sense tingling. One more step and it's a load of web fluid sticking you to that wall.
Well, it's not the most romantic proposition I've ever had.
And then there's Venom, who's voiced by Duran Norris.
And if we don't, it'll be really bad because you're so smart and I'm so dumb and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that guy. When I first discovered that Venom and Cosmo had the same voice actor, it blew my damn mind. The banter between Spidey and Venom in this game is top tier.
You and your wife are innocent, Parker. Our bad.
Our bad? Our bad? I'm gonna kill
Peter
you!
Parker! Just get me out of here now!
Bummer. You're in the doghouse now, dude.
Coming, honey.
They hate each other, but they're also kind of forced work buddies. It's a dynamic that few other games have captured as well since.
Now, the imposter was a shapeshifter, so that means it was either Mysterio or the Chameleon.
Hey, Chameleon was our idea. We thought of that.
Tell me this, Einstein. Who could have wanted to steal Octavius' technology?
Ooh, we know!
Who?
The Submariner.
Submariner? Get serious, will you?
The mighty Thor.
Are you out of your mind? Don't answer that.
Galactus!
Forget it, Eddie. I need Jameson's help on this. We're going to the Bugle.
Jameson! We hate Jameson.
You bonehead. We're not going to see Jameson. We're going to use his computer database.
Ooh, are we gonna surf the web?
The voice acting lifts the entire experience from a janky 3D platformer into an interactive cartoon episode.
Surf the web, surf the web.
Shut up, Brock. We don't have time.
Now look, I know what some of you might be thinking in the comment section right now, getting ready to furiously type, "But bro, Spider-Man 2 on PS2 invented modern swinging, or Insomniac gave us ray tracing, bro." Yeah, you're right. Those games are objectively better on a technical level. If you try to go back to the 2000 game today, the controls will feel like you're trying to steer a shopping cart with a broken wheel across the ice rink. There are times where the camera actively hates you and wants you to die. However, I'll make the argument that technical perfection isn't everything. The modern games, for all their polish, sometimes lack thereof, but those games feel a little safe. They're playable blockbuster movies. Spider-Man 2000, however, is a punk rock comic book. It has rough edges, it's weird, it's overly ambitious, it takes big swings, or at least 2 of them, and even when it misses, it's entertaining. That's why I play it every year. It's a ritual. It takes about an hour or 2 to beat, it hits every nostalgia center in my brain, and it reminds me of times when game developers were just figuring out how to make 3D worlds work. And they compensated for their lack of technology with sheer creativity and style. It may not be the best looking Spider-Man game, it may not be the best playing Spider-Man game, but it might be the most Spider-Man game ever made. But hey, maybe it's just my nostalgia goggles talking. Did you play this game back in the day, or are you too young to remember what a memory card looks like? Let me know in the comment section down below. And next week we'll do a deep dive into Superman 64 and why it's actually a misunderstood masterpiece. No, I'm just kidding, that game actually does suck. Until next time, I am the one ELT signing OUT out.
Look, being Spider-Man has given me a lot and taken a lot away, but one thing never changes. My responsibility to use my powers for others before myself, no matter what the cost. There are innocent people at Omnitech, and they need our help right now. I won't let them down. Then I'll stop Venom. And this time, it's for the last time.